All right, let's talk a little bit more about those numbers coming in from the telecom sector. Hemant Joshi joins us now. He is the technology, media and telecom leader at Deloitte India. Mr. Joshi, thanks so much for speaking with us on Bloomberg Quint. I want you to give us an idea of how much this tariff war is hitting the big players. Jio, of course, is the one with the latest numbers, 11% drop in average revenue per user.
So if we just step back, as per the government's own data, the collective debt of the telcos is 7,70,000 crores, roughly. And even if you take 10% of that, that is 77,000 crores. That's nearly $12 billion. So that is the interest you will need on an average to service this 7,77,000 crores. Now, if you're not able to service this interest, you have a problem. Now, where is this interest going to be serviced from? You will service it from the cash flow, which is arising out of a charge of depreciation. But is it a sustainable situation? You have falling ARPUs, you have literally free data. Where is the money going to come from? Second point, $100 billion are needed in the next few years to roll out the 5G and improve the footprint of 4G, etc. Where is the money going to come from? Unlike China, we are a capitalist market economy. Yeah. So the telcos will have to go to the capital market to raise debt or equity. Who's going to put in money if the prognosis of the sector is grim? So today it's a very grim situation for the telecom.
Do you see the tariff wars easing off, looking at the trends we've seen and how much it has hit profitability, especially for a player like Jio, who has been at the forefront of, pushing the envelope on tariffs?
You see, this logically, yes, what you say is very logical, because ultimately economics has to prevail. And if it is not sustainable, then the sector will not be viable. But the question is the relative staying power of the industry, and that's where the challenge comes in. It was mentioned that 7,77,000 crores. Just see, it's a huge number. How are we going to service this? So logically, yes, the tariff wars or tariff competitive pricing has to end. Consolidation has already happened. The billion-dollar question is when. There are indications, reports, statements by business leaders which say that it'll take 2 to 3 years for the real tariff war to get over, and we move to a situation of rational tariffs.
In your view, of the top players right now, who has the most sustaining power and can survive the next 2 to 3 years, as you predict, for the tariff wars to play out?
I think the industry as a whole has really, if you see historically, has met challenges head on, and they have improved their operations. They have been very, very dynamic and very innovative in use of spectrum. If take one example, for example, India has the lowest spectrum per million subscribers, but the telcos have done a wonderful job. So I think, and then we had the case of Minute Factory, the model, which made the capex lean. So I think a lot of innovations have happened in the telecom, and I'm sure the sector will rise to it. And there is a saying that no gain without the pain, and the pain is going to be short term.
But my question, I'm going to try one more time, though I don't know how comfortable you are answering this. Who can take the most pain among the top players that we're talking about when we're talking about Jio, Idea and Airtel?
I think the industry as a whole and the government will have to take a view on what is this pain and how the government can help.
All right, we'll leave it at that. Thank you so much, Hemant Joshi from Deloitte India, weighing in on how the tariff war has impacted profitability of the top telecom companies.